Shalom and welcome to Torah. This year is entitled "Couple when the wife is in state of niddah." What's it all about separating the bed? So in terms of the din, Shulchan Aruch Kuf Tzadihei Yordei Avav, the Gemara says they can't touch each other. Okay, that can mean just a little bit, a fistful, just separation. Then the post can go on and on and on with a long list of different possibilities. Some say enough that the quilts won't touch each other. Some say enough that you reach your hands out, they can't touch each other. Some say an amma, half a meter. Some say enough they can walk through. Many Hasidim Machmet have a table in between, a night table in between, and each one should talk to his or her posek about what to do. So you have the minimal din, which is the beds don't touch each other, and then of course you have different levels of chumras and different interpretations. The famous 1937, almost 100 years ago, the Belzer Rebbe Zecher Tzad Levracha announced that he thinks should be a bigger separation, not just a tefach, and everyone has their own practice which should be followed. And then you have a lot of interesting questions come up. So then you separate whatever your Rav says. That's what you should do. We have some interesting shaylas. It's a high riser where the bed's underneath and then comes up. So if it's samug and it's physically attached, then you can't separate them. Then that's no better than any beds that are attached. If it is you get separated, but there's a bar underneath that keeps it attached, so there's a good svara to say that it looks like any two beds that are separate from each other. The fact that it's physically attached on the bottom, there's a svara to say that maybe that would be all right. The Shir Shevet Halevi, the Vosner, talks about a headboard where he says a headboard, if it's attached to a headboard, but they're separated, make her a din, he says it's fine. He says maybe it would be best to be machmir, but it's fine because it does still look like an attachment. But some shits want to say, but if there's a bar underneath connecting a high riser, it doesn't look like it, so physically it's attached, doesn't mean anything. The Badei Shulchan talks about a bunk bed, interesting shaila. On the one hand, it's two separate beds, and then physically it's one bed. And what about the movement? You move on one, it can affect the movement on another, which is another problem. And another shaila as well. His leaning is, and another poskim as well, that it might be wrong in usher. Once again, if it's a real shaila, then a couple should ask to their Rav about that. Then you have a big platform where it's one big bed, but the mattress you could just move over a little bit. You're not going to be able to move it over a lot because it's one platform. You move it over, whatever shear your posik tells you to move over. So that's an interesting shaila. On the one hand, it's separated. So what's the difference if the mattress is on the floor? The Aruch Shulchan says if your mattress is on the floor, then they're separated. So here it's like a big floor, or no? The fact that they're together on one platform, one misgeret, it looks like mita achat. And as the Badei Shulchan says, you don't want to look like one mitan. It certainly does over here. Many poskim do answer it, and each person should ask their posek if there is any room to be lenient in this case or any of the other cases. Shalom.